I'm my own narrator, yet you stole the pen to deny, to lie, to prying a life that was fine. Here are the facts. You lied about your name right off the bat, but still called me insane. You put a ring on my finger, promised me forever, yet you kissed her. You kicked and screamed till it was making hate. Forget making love when the love was gone. RAPE, rain and petals, eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. Rain and petals, eavesdrop. I used the wrong word.
Rain and Petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. What's up, fellow youths? It's your boy, Old Man YouTube, and today we're talking about Amberlynn Reid, and I just need some help on her. So if you know anything about YouTube, if you've been on this platform for a while, you know about Amberlynn Reid. You've at least seen her in passing. She has been called the supervillain of YouTube. She has been called the most disliked YouTuber. She's been called so many things. Ironically enough, most of them have nothing to do with her weight, but if you hear her talk, it's all because of her weight. We're just fat phobic.
I don't know if you guys remember, but after my hysterectomy, I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but it's just like easier to say after my hysterectomy because timeline differences or whatever. Differences. Timeline reasons. Um, but I don't know if you guys remember, I kept buying a bunch of toothpaste, and like, of course, they were like fat phobic and fat shaming. Did she eat the toothpaste? No. I was obsessed with brushing my teeth.
So with Amberlynn Reid, I'm not going to give you her whole backstory. There's so many videos who have done it better than I can and probably will ever be able to do. But just a brief synopsis: Amberlynn Reid grew up in foster care. She was overweight as a child. I think she was like 250 pounds when she was 11. She used to bully kids for their food. She lived with Casey, or she was dating Casey for a while. Rain and Petals eavesdrop. She used the wrong word. Which, if you don't know anything about Amberlynn Reid, that makes no sense. If you know everything, if you know something about Amberlynn Reid, that means everything to you. Then I guess the real story starts with Crystal. There's 3 different eras of Amberlynn Reid lore. There's lore to Amberlynn Reid. There's the Crystal era, the Destiny era, the Becky era. Each of them come with their own fun quirks and tendencies. And once again, there's so many better resources on the backstory and history of Amberlynn Reid, or the Amberverse, if you will. It's called the Amberverse. There's actually a name for it. That I'll try and spare you the full details, but I'll give you a brief Reader's Digest, if you will, synopsis of the Amberverse. So it starts. I'm leaving this in. I don't care. So it starts with Crystal. Crystal was Amberlynn Reid's first girlfriend while on YouTube. So, she had a girlfriend in the past, but this is the first one that she came on with. And she's just a shy, quiet, nervous girl who started her channel with the goal of wanting to lose weight.
Sometimes I feel like people who are honest on their videos and they're like, I really hate exercising, I really don't want to do this, but I'm doing it anyways. I feel like those are the people who inspire me the most because they're still doing it even though they don't want to. And that's me. I'm doing this even though I don't want to, and it's gonna help me in the long run, and that's what I keep thinking about. As much as I'm feeling lazy right now, Nora's more important. Nora's more important. And I need to spend my quality time with her. You guys all know this.
And she was actually really good. That's the thing that can bother you when you look back at those old videos. She actually did work really hard. Like, if you watched Amberlynn Reid and you just came in at this entry point, and then you went back and started watching the stuff from the past, your mind would be blown. You're like, wait, this is ALR? This is Big Al doing stuff? Using an elliptical? She knows how to use an elliptical? She tried. She tried really hard. And it was hard. Like, when she messed up, you almost felt bad for her because she is just human. And you're like, wow, look at her. She's making mistakes, so she's going to try better tomorrow. And then, you know, I'm leaving this in. I don't care. 4 people are gonna watch. I'm leaving this all in. That's gonna be my little trademark. I'm not gonna edit because I'm like Big Al. I'm lazy. So then, maybe I will leave this out. I don't know. I don't care. You're not gonna watch. If you do, thank you. You're a real MVP. And then the crystal era comes to an end, and that's where she meets her density. Oh, Destiny.
Now I want you to hold your feet up higher.
Mom, that's as high as they go.
Maybe I can get, yes, I can get an angle shot. Right above the 21.
Your head needs to go above the 21. Now what do I do with the icing?
From the front of it, I want you to swipe and get some.
I already got
Well, you're going to have to lift that off and do it again.
like this right here?
Yeah, but gracefully. Close. I just want one finger. There you go.
You naughty thing, you.
Yeah, now slowly put it in your mouth. I need to see it. There you go.
You know, what's that called?
The jokes about Destiny are plentiful. You can make so many jokes. It looks like a mom with her son. Destiny looks like a teenage boy, yada yada. There's a lot of jokes you can make about her. But Destiny brought out a lot of the worst traits of Amberlynn Reid. Before that, even if she's put on a show, there's rumors all over the Amberverse that maybe she's putting on a show for Crystal's parents, or Crystal's parents didn't like her doing the YouTube, so she would whisper and talk in a sweeter tone of voice. So, there's always that, but at least on YouTube, she was a much different person when she was with Crystal, when she was living with Crystal's parents. Alone on her own, she had time to do whatever she wanted. She had money and resources to eat whatever she wanted. And she was with Destiny, and we saw a lot of those really negative qualities come out. And that's where things really started going downhill. All of a sudden, she's eating whatever she wants, nonstop. She's binging. She's getting louder. She's getting, around, because she's with Destiny, she's just like letting all this stuff out. And she's just being, as middle schoolish as she can be for a 25-year-old woman, which is just kind of awkward to see and hear. And then that ended. Classic Amberverse era, that ended. Ironically enough, she probably knew, this is, once again, Amberverse gossip, is that she probably knew things were probably going to come to an end, so she's trying to win her back with like hundreds of dollars of gifts. This is right when Amberlynn Reid channel is starting to kind of take off a little bit, so she has some of that AdSense money to spend, and that's when, she just treated Destiny like a queen and just loaded her with presents.
Are you guys ready for this?
Ready?
Like, this happened. Oh! You made the cats run. Did that hurt?
No, but Wasabi ran into the damn door over there.
Oh! Wasabi!
And then it was over, and she come to find out that she had cheated on her, and with a woman who is sometimes referred as the refrigerator, named Dana. This is not a fat joke. This is just what the Amberverse calls her, the refrigerator, or the fridge, because she does kind of look like a refrigerator at times.
Dana, do you hate me?
No, if I did, I would tell you.
Exactly.
And Amber was alone at that point, and so she spent her Valentine's Day on live stream, drinking wine in a very iconic, or now iconic to the Amberverse, video where she's just sitting there drinking wine and just letting all her feelings out.
Every single day, every single time. By the way, this is my first Valentine's Day that I am single in 10 years. So, cheers. I probably should have cheersed first, but So that's why this is kind of like crazy for me.
And that's when Becky kind of jumps in. And Becky wanted, honestly, nothing to do with her romantically. It had, it wasn't like, hey, let me, slide in your DMs for romance and trying to get some, because as we found out, that rarely, if ever, happened. It was more seeing the comments and seeing what people were saying about her and then jumping into her DMs and like, please, you're beautiful. Don't kill yourself. Which Amber took as, hey, someone's flirting with me. Someone likes me. So I'm going to, try and holler back at them. And the Amberverse is kind of split on Becky. Some people love her. Some people hate her. Some people say she's just as evil as Amberlynn Reid. Other people think that she's kind of been manipulated by Big Al. Whatever your opinion is on Becky, I think she's a sweet, somewhat naive, not simple, but kind of simple girl. And I think that she had a hard time saying no to Big Al because Big Al is, she can be dominant. It's her way or no way. So I think that when Al took that as, hey, someone likes me romantically, Becky didn't know how to tell her no. And so 4 years later, she finally did. But we'll get to that.
Interested, okay.
I am. I stepped on something. It sounded squishy.
We are here to finally do the girlfriend tag. It's been a hot minute because this one's always busy with work.
Because I'm a hard worker.
Yeah, she is. So, or she's busy with family or whatever. Okay, so here's 18 questions. I hope you guys enjoy this video. She's nervous.
Yes.
Okay, let's do this. So
and this is about the time that I joined in. I actually got into Amberlynn Reid because I was watching a lot of My 600-Pound Life, and I would watch clips just on YouTube, and a video got recommended to me, Dr. Now Confronts Amberlynn Reid. And I was like, what is this? I've never seen this episode. So I clicked on the video, and it was a YouTuber named Willow Davis discussing or doing a react to Amberlynn Reid's Struggles of Being Me, a very iconic series in Amberlynn lore. And at first I was like, well, why is this guy being so mean to this, overweight girl? I didn't get it.
bugs and stuff, now I do care. So I mean, I miss camping, but I don't miss that part.
Nobody cares.
But the whole riding the bike thing affects me the most because even as a little girl, I loved riding bikes. I would still love riding bikes if I could fit on
Amber,
one.
you need to get to the point.
I am way too big. I don't even think I could do it, to be honest. There is a bike that I want if I ever get to the weight that I need to be at, and it just sucks because it's like little things like that I feel like people take for granted. And it's
Take for granted nothing. There's nothing stopping you from these things. You just need to get your weight under control. Nobody is stopping you but yourself. You need to go to therapy. You need to go to your regular medical consultations. You need to stop avoiding this, and then you can start to do all of these things that you enjoy.
I can't even.
So that was the moment when I was like, I have to, for some reason, I felt compelled to do a deep dive into Amber lore. I was like, I must find out about her. And there's like, it was kind of mean the way this guy was making fun of her, but he didn't come across as a mean person. So it's really bizarre. So I started doing a deep dive into Amber lore, and I found out that there's this whole supporting cast of characters. There's Crystal, there's Destiny, there's Dana, there's Ricky, there's Eric, there's Becky. I mean, there's a whole Amberverse out there. There's Rafe, there's Hannah, there's Twinkie Star. I tell my cat all the time, he better be lucky that his mom named him, or else his name would be Twinkie Star. You better be lucky your mom named you, or else your name would be Twinkie Star. And upon my rewatch, my whole deep dig into Amberlynn's backstory and finding and watching more videos than I'd like to admit, I discovered something really interesting. It's not that she's overweight. That has nothing to do with it. I mean, she's bordering on 600 pounds. She needs to lose weight. That goes without saying. Not even physically, just for health. But it's that she's a huge narcissist and she's a huge liar. And what's so fascinating about her isn't that she lies, because we all have a tendency. We tell little white lies. Hey, how does this dress make me look? You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. You tell them it looks great. You tell them it looks fine, whatever. But Amber lied about stuff that she didn't need to lie about. She would literally sit on screen, fart. Everybody could tell she was farting and go, "Nah, that's just a gunshot."
I put Taken. Oh my god, I put Taken on my Instagram. I just heard a gunshot. Did you guys hear that? Love that. Okay, so we're starting.
Lying about stuff that there is no need to lie about. Just stuff that it was pointless, like stuff that we would catch her in lies. She would lie about everything, including her weight. She would tell people, even though she clearly was over 500 pounds, she would tell people, no, I'm 400 pounds. And so finally, coming out with a whole series of videos where she just said everything I ever lied about.
Something else I've lied about is my blood pressure. On several occasions, I have said I don't have diabetes, I don't have high blood pressure, I don't have high cholesterol, I don't have this or that, whatever. All of that is true, besides the blood pressure. Okay. The next thing is, my weight. I wouldn't say I've lied to you guys per se about it, but I definitely haven't been, like, very into, like, telling you guys my weight. I just want to be a healthy person. Like, this video is so raw, you guys. Fuck me. Like, damn. Excuse my language if you're young. Okay.
She lied about how her family treated her, saying that they wanted nothing to do with her because she was overweight. She lied. The worst lie she told her was when she was, first of all, misgendering Casey, her former girlfriend, who's she kept calling a girl, even though Casey prefers to be called a guy now. She made a huge accusation, which at the beginning you saw that clip where she was raining petals eavesdrop, where she had accused Casey, she kept calling Cassidy, of doing stuff that probably shouldn't be said on YouTube. But if you take the first 4 letters of rain petals eavesdrop, you get it. But she not only just accused her of that, she accused her of manhandling her and being abusive and being aggressive. And keep in mind, at this point, Casey wanted nothing to do with Amberlynn Reid, and I don't blame him, but had to get on YouTube and defend himself from all this stuff. Like, no, I never did any of that.
Okay. No intro, no nothing like that. No funny business. Today, I was told by my fiance while she was at lunch for work that someone messaged her on Facebook, and it was a link to a video. Well, of course, she had me call her because it was a very private matter. And it was a video of my ex Amber. And I asked her, what about it? Because, I mean, me and Amber broke up 6 years ago, and I don't care to have contact with her. Yes, she's messaged me and tried to add me on Facebook. I won't add her. I've added her once before. We tried to be friends, but it didn't work out when she started trying to add my mom and my best friend, and I asked her why, and we got an argument. I'm just like, you know what? I can't do this. This is, I can't even be your friend at all. I can't. You're trying to add all these people on my Facebook that you argued with and tried to keep me away from when we were together. So, and I don't remember why we argued. I don't remember the argument, but she grabbed my arm with her nails. First time any physical that was negative. And I remember that clearly. It shocked me. It shocked me really, really bad. And it was just, I didn't know what to make of it, really. I'm 16 years old. I didn't know I knew what physical abuse was, but not really. So, I was a kid. I was a child. So I just assumed, okay, I made her mad. Now, the places she said about being hit, those were on me. Those were the exact places she hit me. I was the one being abused. And I will say this, I may have laid a hand on her a few times. That was in self-defense. I didn't do it, and I damn well did not rape her. I did not rape her. Period.
And given the choice between a lying narcissist who lies about everything and somebody who I've never seen before and will probably never see on YouTube again, I'm going to take his side. Like, obviously, And maybe, you know, they always say when it comes to the truth, it's somewhere in the middle. It's you know, probably, but I'm going to lean heavily on Casey. I believe Casey is the one who's telling the truth, because Amber lies about everything. The biggest thing she did was take the video down and then write that very weird poem about how, you know, she used the wrong word. She used the wrong word. So this is when I got sucked into the Amberverse. So then I started watching reaction channels. There's this whole ecosystem created around this one seemingly mild-mannered, simple girl. I didn't get it, and I still to this day don't get it, and I think that's what has led me to YouTube, to get all these frustrated feelings out, because I need your help. It hit me just how sucked into the Amberverse I am when the other day there was a plethora, a veritable plethora of things to watch on YouTube. There was this beautiful, talented artist named Sugar Boogers painting, like an actual skill, an actual talent. She's just sitting there painting on live stream. There was Dom2K on Twitch, this amazing Twitch streamer who streams a lot of stuff, mainly NBA 2K related stuff. And he's so big time that he's getting real jobs working for the NBA and working for 2K, and like he's doing stuff outside of Twitch. There was Vinyl Rewind, and he was sitting there talking about the history of music, like these really talented people talking about really, like, you know, a lot more important stuff. But for some reason, with all this stuff on there and all this talent, I'm watching this overweight girl, and once again, that's not her biggest flaw, just sit on live stream lying about everything. Like, people would catch her in lies, and she would go, no, you guys don't know what you're talking about, you guys are misinformed. And I do think that's when it hit me. I got a problem. I can't figure out my problem. There's much better stuff to watch. There's much more talented people to watch. There's, you know, a world of entertainment, and I'm sitting here choosing to watch this woman discuss, a 30-year-old woman at this point, discuss stuff like she's 14, discuss getting hickeys like she's a 16-year-old girl, and a lie about someone not being in the house, even though clearly there's somebody in the house. She's talking to someone, she's looking over, and she's talking to somebody, but she bold-faced lie to you. No, I'm not talking to anybody, you guys are crazy, it's just a cat I'm talking to. I'm talking to my cat right now, and I will show you. Actually, he's gonna probably run up the stairs. See, hey Jonesy, that's how you talk to an animal. You don't look over to the side and start whispering like, that's not how you talk to a cat or an animal or a dog or a Twinkie Star. And she's got a cat or a dog named Twinkie Star. Twinkie Star is actually, other than being overweight, Twinkie Star is adorable. But that's not the, for the life of me, I am still, to this day, this video is more therapy than anything. I am trying to figure out, why can I not stop watching this girl? Why, when there's tons of better things to watch, am I watching Amberlynn Reid just sit there and lie about it? Is she that much of a cult of personality that, like, she just gravitates people? She's got so many haters. We're all part of Hater Nation, apparently. You're either an Am baby, which means you like her, or you're part of Hater Nation. It's fun. It's a fun it's a fun universe. If you're not, like, since the Marvel Cinematic Universe is basically dead, if you're bored and you need something to watch the Amberverse. It's a lot of fun. But there's a whole ecosystem. There's reaction channels, and the reaction channels have hundreds of thousands of viewers and subscribers. There's Zachary Michael, who makes great videos about her. Willow Davis, who got me into the Amberverse. There's Kicking Geese, who's my favorite, and she's amazing. She has like 50,000 subscribers, and like this whole ecosystem. And there's so many others. There's some who are more aggressive than others. There's some who are treated with kid gloves. It's fascinating. The whole thing blows my mind, and I have no one to talk to about because no one cares about Amberlynn Reid. It's crazy. And so hopefully you guys can, leave some comments down there and tell me what's wrong with me. Why can't I stop? Why can't I quit this universe? Why is it that when there's better stuff to watch, I just feel the need to watch Amberlynn Reid? I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me, and maybe you guys can even help me break this addiction, because I've tried to get out. Last year when, she had some very serious stuff down, do your research on Amberlynn. It's not that hard, but because there's tons of videos out there. But, last year when she had a big scare, I checked out. I would check in on her every now and then just to make sure she was okay and alive. But I did check out of it just because it was too much real life. And sometimes you don't need that kind of stuff. But then, actually, we'll go into it.
So, as you guys know, I did get a CT. What I had scheduled was an MRI and a CT. I got the CT first, and as you guys know, the only thing that looked off was my lymph nodes were bigger than they should be, which could possibly indicate that my cancer has spread. If you guys are new here, I do have uterine cancer. So because of the lymph nodes, they wanted me to do a PET scan because that would be able to show if it is cancer. It would light up, my lymph nodes would light up if it was cancer. So I actually was gonna do my MRI and my PET scan in the same day. I actually didn't get to do either of them. I went to the appointment and turns out the PET scan had a weight limit of 400 pounds.
Last year, Amberlynn Reid had a cancer scare that required a hysterectomy, and I think a lot of people, as upsetting as we were, genuinely felt bad for the woman. Yeah, we're all part of Hater Nation, but we did, we genuinely felt bad. I think at that point I did kind of like, it wasn't fun anymore. Sometimes looking at a train wreck is fun. You can go, ha, look at a train wreck. But it wasn't fun anymore. It got real. And I think a lot of people checked out and just kind of hoped for the best. It was too sad. And I think we all just wanted her to be okay. Believe it or not, it's a very weird. There's a tarot card reading that someone did for Amberlynn Reid, and he described the Amberlynn Reid universe as very weird. He said, you guys both love her and hate her. That doesn't make any sense, because he knew nothing about her. He just knew everything because of his tarot readings. And he said, you guys are a weird community. You both love and hate her.
So the last time we did a reading on her, I had no idea who she was. I still don't really know much about her, but I did not know what I was getting into. I did not know there was such a huge community around her. Now, I can't figure out if y'all love her or hate her. It's very confusing to me because the concept is a bit strange to me. It's like a bunch of people that don't like her, but then watch all her stuff and then react. I don't know. Either way, I respect it. I don't have to understand it. It's not for me to understand, and that's fine.
And that's a good way to sum us up. We're a strange bunch where obviously we are Hater Nation, but we don't want anything bad to happen to her. It's hard to describe. So as much as I did check out because it was getting too sad, I would check in every now and then. I'd watch a video, make sure she's doing okay. I was out. For the most part, I was out. I would check in maybe once a month and go, okay, she's alive, she's doing well. But a lot of people were very optimistic at this time. She has one of the biggest ratios on YouTube that I've ever seen. Her likes to dislike. It would be like 200 likes to thousands of dislikes. It's pretty fascinating. But overnight that turned into a lot of support and a lot of optimism. Huge ratios the other way. So now she was getting 4 thumbs down and 100, or 10,000 thumbs up. I mean, people were really hoping for her, and people were hoping that this was going to be the wake-up call, that she was too big to fit into the machine so they could check for her cancer, that she was told she had to lose weight, then she'd come back and they could check her again. And I think this was like, okay, this is going to wake her up. This is the moment that we need in the Amberverse, and she's going to get help. She's going to be okay after this. One moment brought me back, and it brought a lot of people back. And it was when Amberlynn Reid made a sandwich.
You know what? I'm going to try a little piece of this. I don't like it. That's a no for me.
There was just something about this, like, spoiled, entitled, I don't like it, that made a lot of people come back, and a lot of people go, oh, so she hasn't changed at all, has she? She's still the same Amberlynn Reid. And I think that sucked a lot of people back in. And that's when she started the Livestream Era, where a lot of the mukbangs, I know it's called a mukbang. She calls them mukbangs. I haven't even touched on that. She loves to eat on camera. Pretty much anything you can think of, she eats. There's Shrimp Gate. There's so many better videos of the full deep dive into Amberlynn Reid that you could watch. So watch those. But she loves eating on camera. That's another one of her favorite things.
You guys have been telling me, get help, get a dietitian. Why don't you have a dietitian? You have a therapist, why don't you have a dietitian? You've been to the doctor, why don't you have a dietitian? You have money, why don't you have a dietitian? You're fat, why don't you have a dietitian? I have one. Okay, so we're gonna do a mukbang. I'm gonna be eating this board game.
But at the turn of the year, there was rumors that mukbangs or mukbangs were going to start becoming demonetized. There's going to be or less promotion, all that kind of stuff, which was, you know, a big part of her viewership. She even said that when views would go down, she was filming herself doing a mukbang, and then she'd get those views right back up because people were so kind of, you know, it was outrage viewing. People were so outraged that she was, you know, this 600-pound woman was sitting there eating an entire rotisserie chicken as daintily as possible, mind you, because she is a dainty queen.
So this is just rotisserie chicken. So I'm just gonna dive right in. I saw other mukbangers eat. By the way, wings are my favorite part, so I'm gonna start with that. I saw other mukbangers do this. And I was like, oh my god, that looks so good.
And with rumors of them becoming demonetized, that's when she went into the Livestream Era, which is where we currently find ourselves. She now sits on the camera. It's actually genius. Like, we can all make fun of her intelligence all day because there's hours of clips of her not knowing anything. Like, she doesn't know where Russia is. She thought Africa was a continent. Africa. I just showed my own stupidity. Africa is a continent. She thought it was a country. There's a lot of things that, you know, she just doesn't know. But what's genius is she charged people, this is so smart. Say whatever you want about Amberlynn Reid. She charged people $8 a month for a Amberlynn Reid subscription. And for the subscription, you would get, in addition to her regular content, you would get two-hour live streams a week. And you could comment. You could have a little emoji next to your name. It was great. So in addition to all the other content, you would get this bonus 2 hours an evening, 2 times a week. So 4 extra hours of Big Al content. And a lot of people signed up. Here's the problem, though. Those live streams were available for anybody. You didn't have to be a member. And she stopped doing her regular content. So all she does now is live streams. And they started doing like 2 hours at a time to now, I think the most recent one she did was 42 minutes long. They're just getting shorter and shorter, less effort. One of the ones she just did the other day, she just put her makeup on, and that was the entire live stream.
I love you, Amber, but I didn't pay to watch you put on makeup. Well, what did you pay for exactly? No tea, no shade. Like, I said I'm gonna live stream twice a week. I never said what I was gonna do in the live streams. I said, you know, like, then don't watch. Like, I don't mean to be rude, but like, this is what's working out for me right now, is being able to do my makeup while live streaming.
And then when people were upset going, oh, I can't believe I'm paying for this, she was like, well, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. So there's so much about Amberlynn Reid that I think can frustrate you and just blow your mind. And maybe that's why we're all still watching. Maybe because it's a long-form reality show that has taken place for, oh my God, going on 8 years at this point, that we've been a part of. And that every time you think, well, it can't get worse, she's going to get better, it just gets worse. Every time you think that she's reached peak, Amberlynn Reid, she just continues to exceed herself by just doing a minimum effort live stream of just plopping the camera down. She was so lazy. the other day that she couldn't be bothered to reach down to grab a phone because someone said, hey, you should call Becky, which is, you know, her last girlfriend, who they broke up. There's so much Amberlynn Reid lore. But someone's like, you should call Becky. And she goes, oh, no, the phone's right down there and I'd have to reach it. That's the effort we're talking about. She does these community posts where it's like, hey, what kind of content do you want to see from me? And it's like a tour haul or a mukbang or an exercise. And people are like, just please, just exercise, go for a walk, take Twinkie Star for a walk. And this is all we wanted, just go for a walk. Even though it's like 95%, go for a walk, do something physical. She just chooses not to do it. She chooses to actively troll her audience. It will blow your mind. And then Becky broke up with her, and Becky is being heralded as a queen right now. This is like White House Stella got her groove back. This is Way to Exhale. This is just like, Becky is our queen right now. Like anytime Becky needs something, she started to GoFundMe because of her car, and people just, I mean, she exceeded it like by far. And Becky, there's issues with Becky, I know. A lot of people are split, but Becky seems to be a decent person. Like, even though she had made way more than she had requested on her GoFundMe, she took it down. She could have kept it up and kept making money, but she took it down. She's like, I made what I needed to make. She started her own vlog. She started her own YouTube channel. It's doing really well. It's being it's being extremely positive, and some of it's just despite Amber, which is kind of cool because Amberlynn has such a narcissist that it's pissing her off. It's great. I love it, but someone is just genuinely happy to see somebody doing better, someone trying their hardest to be better at life and to, you know, pick up the pieces, you know, kind of from someone's calling me. I apologize. I'm not cutting this out. I don't cut stuff out. That's just my way. But I think we're all genuinely excited to see to see Becky try better. I'm not cutting that out either. To see Becky try to be better, to be a better person for herself and for, you know, the people around her. But in addition to the Livestream Era, we're also in the wipey era. Pretty gross joke, but Amberlynn Reid is with a wifey. That's what Amber calls her. That's how they introduced themselves to each other on Instagram DMs. And I mean, Becky admitted to the world that she had to wipe Amberlynn Reid.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
More likely to name their car.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
I've named every car I have. I've had.
Yeah, that car out there is mine. I didn't get to name it.
Yeah, that car out there is mine. Who's the one that takes it to get all their oil changes? Keeps
Becky.
up with it. Who's the one that
Becky.
drives it? Who's the one that would take care of it? Come here. Yeah.
Such a fucking lie. Oh my god.
That is not. Okay,
Here you
likes
go.
to read more. 1, 2, 3.
Me. Becky, she does this thing where never mind, I can't say it.
I probably would rather you didn't. I'm not sure it keeps trying to ride up.
So you call yourself wifey. You need to get wiped because you're so big. I mean, just put 2 and 2 together, you understand. People are going to start calling you wifey. I mean, come on, daddy. And that's where we find ourselves now. We find ourselves in the live stream wifey era. Amberlynn continues to deny that there's no one there, even though we're not dumb. I mean, her laptop is still there. She's looking around talking to her all the time. She is whispering to her. We hear doors opening and closing that are supposedly animals. She's living with a ghost, but she will sit, and that's what's fascinating. We will hear doors open and close. We will hear movement. We will see her laptop, and she will still look in the camera, bold-faced, and go, y'all didn't hear nothing. I don't know. I mean, that's just the fact that someone could sit there and do that, I think is just fascinating to me. Maybe we're all like sociologists in disguise. That's why we're all so fascinated. That's why the Amberverse is so huge. I don't get it. And maybe someone can comment on this video and help me understand why. Why can't I quit Amberlynn Reid? I've tried, and every time I'm out, she just pulls me back in. I almost got out after the sandwich video, and then I got pulled back in by the breakup. the whole breakup thing. So I don't understand. Maybe you guys can help me, but I don't know. Word is bond, no cap.
I was hungry as hell writing this shit. I don't even get no fuck. Let's go. Cinnamon toast crunch. Cinnamon toast crunch. Cinnamon toast crunch. Cinnamon toast crunch. I got bitches wanna box me like I'm cinnamon toast crunch. I just pull up, then I square up like I'm cinnamon toast crunch. Let's get it. Cinnamon toast crunch. Cinnamon toast crunch. Cinnamon toast crunch. Cinnamon toast crunch. I got bitches wanna box me like I'm cinnamon toast crunch. I just pull up, then I square up like I'm cinnamon toast crunch. It ain't no glitch when your heart stop. I been that bitch since the start, doc. You wanna trap me, that smart cock, but I made him pull out like a park lot. I'm counting real bank in a Rover. At the most, gave me cold shoulders.